Hello guys, welcome to the Bets.net Challenger Series. Welcome to the Starlighter channel as well, but I guess let's clear out things from the get-go. This will not be the Kingwin versus Red Reserve stream. This will be the GoodJob versus forZe stream. If you do want to take a look at the Kingwin game, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to take a look at, I think, the guy's named Jay. He's streaming it in Russian. Sorry about that. It's now we're gonna be delving into this game. And honestly, this game should also be quite interesting. forZe actually got themselves a good frag going, but forZe is not playing without Little. I don't know if it's a permanent roster change, but Zeb Power is going to be stepping into his shoes, and look at the aggression GoodJob is shown here in the middle. It's actually working out here. forZe getting two. Not that bad, I must admit. forZe could go for more, but the taps, they're not that connecting. And even though Kucher, oh, okay, whoop, that's a pretty much rip for Kucher. Jerry, 3 points of health. He's a goners. That will be the round for GoodJob, and a pretty good one at that. So yeah, arguably that was a pretty good round for GoodJob. What about sound? What about sound? Are you guys saying there's no sound? I'm looking at OBS right now. It seems to be quite good, at least from my perspective. I guess the quality, you know, the so to speak, graphic quality may not be the greatest. At least you're able. Ah, okay. Looks like everything's good with the sound. Alright then. Interestingly enough, he's already box beating the first man in. Face crack though will be getting that frag. This right now is still looking quite good here. Jerry though in the back lines will get one. Can actually kill Coffee. Jerry's doing a very good job at it. And so far so good for forZe. They're obliterating the CT defense. forZe is the last man standing. Face crack might be low in HP for the T's. They're everywhere, man. They are everywhere. And forZe, they end up winning the force catching. Yeah, sorry. That was a horrible pun. I mean, I tried, but oh well. Yeah, GoodJob now. After a round like that, they're just probably gonna have to go for force buy. I honestly respect that. You know, they're gonna go for the force buy here, which means that they're still gonna have a pretty horrible money situation in the upcoming round if they end up losing this one. So instead of double eco, they're just gonna go for force by this round and eco the next. Then you're gonna have a proper round. And well, forZe, they're actually gonna be making a lot of pace here, fastly but surely. They're taking the A side. There are only two defenders here, and really both of them are naps, so there's no one really watching the side. This is turning out to be quite a good round here for forZe, as they do end up planting the bomb. Box got Zeb Power right in front of him. Pretty easy shot for him, and suddenly this round is doable right now for GoodJob. They don't have a kit, which is a bit dissatisfying. Face cracked. Oh, there we go. Coffee with the MP9. And even though I said the round is looking still quite good, it still is. forZe gonna get one, maybe not. As now is the last man standing, and that will be. Oh, the hectic round will go in favor of forZe, and I will say this though, that was scary. That was quite scary for the Russian team. By referring to the Russian team, I do mean forZe, because GoodJob consists of Belarusians. And yes, you know, forZe is able to win it, but I was close, way too close for comfort. Still, I don't really like when teams, you know, they end up purchasing up loads of that utility. Oh, what just happened? Getting back into the game real quick. I don't really like when teams, especially on the T side, you know, they ended up purchasing up so much utility, and when it comes down to them actually hitting one of the sides, they barely use it. I mean, or don't even use it at all. So why even make the purchase if you're not gonna use them? I mean, in the post plan maybe, but still, forZe, I'd be careful about that one. And be careful how you spend your money. Now they're playing the slow pace games, which is nice. Don't worry guys, we're back. Everything's good. Things are not so good for GoodJob. Lollipop, okay, he's gonna get one, which isn't that bad. Next, only on the USPS. Probably gonna try to get a frag here if possible, but yeah, probably nothing much. No, I didn't press. No, it wasn't that I pressed Alt Tab. I was just actually moved my mouse to the other screen, which meant that boom, that wasn't Alt Tab. Okay, so I guess we could call it a misclick, but yeah. Anyways, forZe now 3-1 lead for them, as kind of expected, you know, after winning the second round. The other two upcoming rounds were relatively easy to pick up. But things will get a bit more difficult for them, as now GoodJob will have the proper investment, and when I do say proper, I do mean the rifles in hand. They will have the rifles. The grenades, though, that's a whole nother story. Four guys are doing quite well. Box, not so much. He's only got the AWP. I'm gonna try to get the frag here if possible, but he's already blinded. But even though he might not get the frag, forZe is in a pretty good spot. In a pretty good spot indeed, but he doesn't really have a player backing him up. It's really going to come down to forZe not checking that angle, and but the way face track is moving, yes, they even spotted out forZe's good for one, but that's about it. And when a trade frag still goes in favor of the terror side team, you're thinking, well, maybe that push wasn't really that worth it in the end. Yeah, the CT is able to kill one, but at the same time, their defense weakens on the A side, for example. That is not that good for the CTs, but they still have, like I said, two defenders right now. Smoke's being popped out. forZe still got a lot of time here, considering things. So they don't really have to commit just yet. They still have an opportunity to, for say, consider going back towards B. But the way things are heading, and GoodJob having a pretty good read right now, I think forZe is going to have to face some difficulties. If forZe wants to sell this fake, honestly, the couple smokes might just be enough. Two smokes being thrown out. Next, going to have to be careful. The push is happening. They're trying to sell the fake, but it is quite successful, to be honest. Coffee's here, but the rest of the GoodJob guys still holding onto the site, and forZe, they're about to make their move, and they're going to try to run out of apps. That is a mistake. A big mistake. Lollipop with one and Box with two. Not the bad round for the guys here at GoodJob. I must admit, in that scenario, Fnex played a pivotal role. In a world where Fnex is the first man down and Coffee isn't able to rotate in, we possibly could just see a full-on rotation from GoodJob, even though they haven't spotted out the bomb. With so little time to work with, the CTs can start making assumptions that, okay, if they're pushing B, it's probably going to have to be a B push, a full-on B commitment, but they stood their ground. Lollipop and Box end up doing a pretty good job. And I would arguably even say Lollipop, probably one of the more key components of this team. He has been performing on a pretty good level, and consistent level at that. If not the best player for the GoodJob side. Surprisingly though, the GoodJob players on the A side are now playing a bit more passively. It's the B guys that are trying to take the fights early on, and that is good, you know. Especially if you're able to win the fight on the CD side. You win the fight and you back away. That's a textbook Counter-Strike right there. You have an advantage. Coffee, please don't peek in that scenario. You don't have to even try to find that intel right there. Jerry can send you a good old-fashioned one tap, and that is always quite scary. Oh, Jerry's gonna go Coffee next. Probably the refrag, indeed. Oh, what just happened here? Oh, that's a bit of a mistake now, isn't it? GoodJob has actually rotated all their players towards the A side, expecting that if Coffee's holding Banana, probably a push won't be happening towards that part of the map. That is a huge mistake. As right now we see Psycho with a pretty decent hold. It's still kind of favoring the CTs here. Boxer will check and he will land the no-scope. Kuchar, on the other hand, is pretty much stuck there towards Coffins. There's nothing much he can do. Box, all he's got to do is just hold the angle. They're going to try to fight him, though. That is a bit of a mistake. Box is going to fall as well. And Lollipop is sticking to the fuse. Doesn't really have to at this point. Still got some time to work with here. But Kuchar, he's playing this one. He's playing this one to perfection. It's actually happening. There's no time. Lollipop's going to have to stick it, and there's just no time. Kuchar, without even knowing it, plays the round perfectly. Very nicely done there by Kuchar. And Lollipop, you know, probably should have just considered sticking to the fuse, but that is also a bit of a problem, you know. He might stick to the fuse, and he may not be able to react to something like Kuchar just coming out of the smoke. If, for say, there is no smoke there, more often than not, Lollipop should be able to spot out the shadow. But since that was a smoke, Lollipop in a pretty difficult scenario. And so far, so good for forZe. They pick up the 4th round. And possibly the 5th now on the T side. As the guys with GoodJob just gonna have to go for a good old-fashioned eco. Lollipop with the AK. He's not on the B side with that AK, so now the guys here just trying to get wrecked by the Mac 10s. I'm pretty sure this is the round here for forZe. Not a bad job by Coffee. Leaves 40 scrap with on 3 points of health, but yeah, this is pretty much the round here for forZe. Kucha gonna do something, but not much really. Like I said, this is the round for forZe to win. And for GoodJob to lose. Oh, I actually didn't notice it, but apparently there will be a double eco. As the terrorists have reset the money game for the Belarusians. As the money has been reset, a double eco is a must. And so they will, but this time around they have a couple of those upgraded pistols. As well as those armors coming into play. I do like the fact that they purchase up smokes, you know. Most teams in scenarios like these would just purchase up something like pistols and be done with it. Well, maybe armors as well. But the fact that GoodJob purchases up smokes, forZe may not have a clue if this is going to be a team, a proper investment, or just the pistols. There we go, Lollipop opening things up. That is turning out to be quite the good start for GoodJob. Now they might realize that the players are in pistols, but once they see the smokes being deployed, forZe still got to be very careful. I think that's forZe being naded towards middle. But I would say this round is still very much in contention for GoodJob. As the T side, it still isn't quite clear what they do want to do, but now their approach is starting to be clearer by the second. It does appear like they just want to rush the B side. As the guys are grouping up here, there's a smoke blocking their vision, but they will commit. They kill Coffee, and Phoenix is only good for 1. Now the full-on rotation will happen from GoodJob. It's going to be a bit too late to the party. They're still able to get maybe even a couple of frags. If Box is able to kill... Yes, he is able to kill the Power. I think Jerry might actually kill Box. Yeah, that's a bit problematic. Lollipop saving the Galil doesn't make a lot of sense. Just try to go for the fight at this point. Try to take the fights. Trying to win if possible. And then you might be in a position to win the round, but Kucha's got a very good angle towards Banana. A very good angle indeed, and forZe are starting to run away with this game. Oddly enough. I would still regard a team like GoodJob to favorites to win this one, especially because if you might have noticed that forZe, they're lacking one player. Little is not in the team. I'm not sure if this is just a quick substitution or something like that, or is Little been absolutely kicked from the roster. Absolutely, them missing Little is very dissatisfying for forZe. I would regard him as one of the better players. I presume he's just a stand-in here, except Power. That's what I'd say, but who knows at this point. There hasn't been really an official statement from forZe, or at least one I haven't read. Maybe there is one in one of the Russian Facebooks, like VKontakte, yeah, that one. And yeah, GoodJob. I think it's still working on this. He's got a pretty good investment here. Next to take down Jerry. An opening frag yet again for GoodJob. We've seen this in the past, but they haven't always been able to capitalize on it. I think they're not going to do the same mistake they did last round where, well, not the last round, one of the gun rounds where Coffee was by his lonesome towards Banana. Still going to keep 2 guys. I do wonder if forZe... Are they going to try to... They still have a decent amount of time to, say, try to fake out the opponents, but it does look like they're just going to try to commit to the side, which is also quite admirable. And I think that's what they're going to do. Molotovs being thrown out, they still have to acquire middle, and the fact that they're taking mid presence, they're taking some sweet time. 20 seconds now. It looks like all the players going to try to wrap around from short. This could be a mistake. No one's coming from long. forZe picking up a frag. Power with the AWP. Could find one. Yes, he does in the form of forZe. Could go for more as he takes down Lollipop. But there is very little time on the clock already. Kucher's still somehow alive on the side, oddly enough. Finally gets dropped, and this is the round for GoodJob. Not sure why forZe didn't have a player trying to go for the wraparound, even a late wraparound. He doesn't have to go instantaneously with the guys in short. He can just be pretty much the last man enter the side. He waits for the guys in short and then comes in with a flank. If he does, that flank is huge. He's able to kill Box. He's able to kill maybe even forZe earlier than his teammates. That would have been a massive flank, but apparently not this time. Oh, this is risky from Box. That's a pretty good smoke to actually block off the vision of the T's, but the T's are playing this one well as well. They're kind of expecting a similar play. That seems to be the case. Even though Box tries to go for the early engagements from the get-go, he still goes back to the passive mode, which I do respect. Because some oppers, especially on the CT side, will just continue on playing aggressive. And when a player doesn't really have backup, like Box doesn't have right now, just doesn't make a lot of sense. When you have a backup player, sure, why not? That actually makes a lot of sense to go aggressive if you want to try to get the opening frag. Other than that, that just doesn't make a lot of sense, and it's quite the risky move unless you've got quite a lot of confidence. And if you've got the confidence and you do believe in your aim, sure, why not try to go for it a round or two? But if just that doesn't keep on working, then that's definitely a mistake you are committing. Well, now forZe can try to go for the wraparound for the B side this time around. The split could work out as FaZe and Psycho, both of the players getting the frags. Lollipop will be able, I think, is going to be able to kill FaZe. And now Phoenix by his lonesome kills one, drops the bomb. Very nice hold from Phoenix. Now his teammates gotta time in. Ooh, that's quite unlucky for Lollipop, except Power already sets up the angle. forZe could actually get the frag here, but he's been spotted. Jerry's gonna get him. And that will be the round for forZe, oddly enough. I would say that was quite unexpected. Yeah, that's what I'd say. I'd say that was quite unexpected. You're probably thinking, GoodJob, you know, they should be able to win that round. They're still very much in contention. It's just that, yeah, Lollipop goes for CT. It's a good thing that, except Power, you know, he has got the sniper rifle and is able to recuperate and does look towards CT. That's where the Lollipop is coming from. And of course, Jerry, he's able to plant the bomb, and while he just plants the bomb, I think he might have barely spotted out forZe somehow. But yeah, not a bad round. Not a bad round at all. I do wonder, why does GoodJob... Okay, one of the players ends up dying, that's Coffee, but in a round like this, I would love to see someone from GoodJob actually try to play aggressive. I think the only guy that's trying to do so is Lollipop and Apps, but really that's about it. I mean, you only got the pistols, so why not try to go for that set aggression? It could work out for your team. It could really work out for your team indeed. Well, does look like forZe is going to take this one slowly, but it's about time they make their move. They're going to try to push the A side, having some moderate success as it kills one, but they're expecting Lollipop to be there. Quite satisfying for Lollipop. forZe with a headshot angle. That's a good start. The defense, I don't think is going to be able to do much. I would love to see now Box even try to go for the rotate, but really just winning this round, it's not that easy. And even though forZe got the AK, oh, Jerry's right behind him. That's the problem, isn't it? And because GoodJob went for the force spy, you can't really go for the investment here. Honestly, even saving some of these guns would make quite a lot of sense, like Phoenix grabbing an AK. Trying to save it would make a lot of sense, but now, yeah, Box gets killed. And Phoenix, yeah, you gotta run away, man. You gotta try to run away as far as possible. Consider saving the AK because your team is just gonna have to be for a full-on eco. And because your team is going to be on a full-on eco, even having that one AK is a little bit extra firepower. Oh, but this in no way means a good start, a GoodJob. In fact, it's looking like quite a horrible start. They might be able to win one gun round, which is cool. But if you're not able to get consecutive round wins on the city side, your economy gets reset. It's as simple as that. Your economy gets reset. You have to start off from the beginning, building up that money for a gun round. Win it, sure, but not get the second round after it. That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Because, to be honest with you, good job. They've been able to win, what, 2 gun rounds and 1 pistol round. That isn't that bad. But the fact that they're not able to string rounds together is the problem. I do like this from forZe. I think that's forZe. No, it's not forZe. Is that Box? Yeah, it's Box. Why not? I mean, you only got pistols. Even, like I said, trying to go for these aggressive plays when you're on an eco, on a force buy is expected from the T's, but it does look like they don't realize Box has pushed up that aggressive, so this could really work out for Box. Maybe even a knife kill? Huh? That's a possibility. Oddly enough, they're quite far apart from one another, the force players, but okay, forZe is gonna kill Jerry, but it doesn't look like the bomb is gonna be heading over towards the B side. I think once Face Crack is gonna be able to kill Coffee, then we might see the rotation. Okay. I was wondering, can you actually wallbang there? I don't think so. You're able to. I don't think you're able to wallbang there. As Face Crack gives us a live demonstration. So this is pretty much the round for forZe. Maybe Lollipop or forZe could get a gun out of this. Maybe forZe, because after all they did kill Jerry towards T ramp. But I think that is where. Is that Psycho? No, that's Kucher. Waiting for the CT to try to pick up the AK, and he's gonna spot him out and kill him as well. Okay, a pause being called out. I think it is obvious which team is calling out the timeout, even though we may not see it in the chat. Right now, things are not looking so good here for GoodJob. I do wonder, does GoodJob play from their gaming house? Because I do know they were setting up a gaming house in Minsk. That is where the team is stationed at. And I do wonder, are they playing from the gaming house at this very moment? Because the players on that team, they're dedicated. They're definitely dedicated guys. But, yeah, they've been on a downward spiral these past couple, arguably I would say months. These past couple months, they've been on a downward spiral. Now they finally actually got things going, some victories as well. But yeah, there's still a long way to go for this team to actually reach the top, even regard themselves as the best Belarusian team. Yes, they're arguably the second best one, but the best one? Nah. I would say Nemiga is the better one. What frustrates me about that is that Nemiga, even though they're regarded as the best Belarusian team, skill-wise, I would regard them just skill-wise a bit better, because GoodJob, once they're switched to the T side, what I'm expecting is that tactical style of play from them. They like going for the executes. They don't really like playing the loose style. Sometimes they do. They did in the past, which really worked out for them, but now, playing on the more tactical style, I do respect that. As well as no WP for Box. No early engagements can be taken. In fact, GoodJob, if you might have noticed, they're playing quite passively indeed. Don't really want to take the fights that early on, because forZe is probably also expecting that GoodJob doesn't have the most amount of money. Them going for early engagements is a possibility. So they're just going to continue on playing the default. Well, let's see. The GoodJob guy is going to have to hold this one off if possible. forZe now going for the fast play here. It's kind of working out for them. Coffee's still in the smoke. Finally, is going to get one. Could go for more, but really just spraying down for the smoke. Not the best idea. Some of the players, they have been softened up, which is cool. Now Coffee. Ooh, there's still some power in the smoke. Somehow he's still alive, but look at the forZe guys. They're so weak on HP. They're very low on HP indeed. On top of the bomb being thrown out. Lollipop and Co pushing through. That's a good flash coming in there. They're still blinded by the flash. Kucher, not a bad position for him. He's taking the fight. He's gonna get 3 and could go for more. As Box gonna drop dead and Kucher is gonna go all 4 in that round. Absolutely destroying GoodJob in that round. Very, very poor. Very poor stuff from GoodJob. I have no idea how that happened. That was bad. That was very bad. They should have. We're supposed to win it out every single day of the week. But what happened? They were just taking the one-on-one engagements, just trying to kill Kucho one-on-one. That's bad. That's very bad. That is quite bad indeed. Mistakes. Some really bad mistakes being made here by GoodJob. And that's the thing, you know. They had another. This is probably the second or third opportunity a team like GoodJob has had to win a round, and yet they screwed up, whether it be the timings, some very unlucky timings, clutches like these, or bad luck in general. That one, though, I wouldn't go out with luck. That was just a poor misplay. That was a very poorly played round by GoodJob. They were supposed to have won. Yeah, they were supposed to win that one every single day of the week. Yeah, and now, yeah, they're just trying to go in these one-on-one engagements with the CZs. I just see full tilt mode from them. They seem to be on tilt. Well, after this round, I guess the saving grace for GoodJob is that they're still going to be able to make an investment, which is quite cool. And one thing I have noticed from forZe, on this T side, that they're pretty much grouped up together. Box is doing a good job, but yeah, that's about it. SadZ's position has been spotted. Not bad kills with the CZ, but what I do want to notice, you probably have noticed that forZe is pretty much, even on their defaults, just sticking together. Very rarely you're going to see one player far apart from his squad. They're always together. When it comes down to executing on the side, they're always together, pushing from the only point that, per se, a side can be entered. And you know, that stuff is working out for them. They don't have a lurking player, as far as I've noticed on the T side. We saw that one round where, when they were pushing towards B from Archway, yes, they left one guy to actually hold off the pushes, but the rest of the squad just continued on pushing A. Their B hits as well. All four, maybe 5 players just pushing to a through banana towards the B side, and it's working out for them. It is working out for them, so good job. They still have another opportunity here, but I would say this is probably their last chance. Box those spots on him, it can't get the frag. That is very dissatisfying. Does tag the power, but that's about it. I think Box should consider backing away at this point. Yeah, definitely so. He is, after all, the lonesome player on the B side. In his scenario, he has to survive. He has to survive here for as long as possible, as he is the anchor of the side. Again, we're seeing this time and time again. forZe, they group up, they hit the side. This time around, though, they're probably not going to commit by the looks of things. Yeah, they're not going to commit. They still have a decent amount of time on the clock. If they do wish so, they could have committed. But now I think, yeah, he sees the flashes coming. Good job. They're going to have to try to hold this one off. It's not going to be easy, as they're also one flanking player from behind. Will they check him? Lex does. Coffee's going to kill one. Box as well. Box doing a very good job. But as he is shaking the crosshair, that is the end for him. Coffee. Oh, actually, no. Next can be quicker. He should kill Psycho, and yes, he does. That will be the round for GoodJob, and that will be their 4th round. And their 3rd gun round in general. A bit dissatisfying. Yeah, quite the dissatisfying game for GoodJob. They try, but they end up failing. Maybe the T side is going to be better. I do hope so. As like I said, what I do like about a team like GoodJob is that they're probably going to be playing in a more similar vein that forZe has been playing. You know, the sort of execute style as well. It's something that Nemiga lacks. Even though Nemiga is playing this loose style, they have, I'd say, better aimers than the GoodJob guys. That is why I do regard them as the better Belarusian team. Is that sometimes even playing on the loose style, you can get absolutely wrecked. That is what happens for Nemiga. I do expect a bit more from the T side of GoodJob, especially if they're going to be playing in a similar vein that forZe has been playing. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see if that will turn out to be, as now good job. Actually, again, look at this. 5 guys, 5 players just rushing the B side. Flashes do come in. Not bad flashes as well. Jerry holding from the confidence, not letting a single shot, gets the tap on one. But right now he has to back away bomb. It will be planted. That is not the issue. He's just holding off the side. That's where things do arise. No one coming in from banana though. That is actually quite good here for good job. At this point, all they gotta do is just not show themselves. Now they're entering the site. Let them come in closer. Saz is gonna show his cards, but it doesn't have to peek that much. Lollipop in the position of Kucher doing the damage, but now his teammates time in as well. 11-5. Good job. It's not the end. It's not the end just yet. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. We're still in the fight. And that's good, you know, that is very good. They win the pistol round. Now they have a good opportunity at winning the 2 upcoming rounds as well. That is obviously something the guy is going to be quite happy about, you know. Losing the pistol round, I think that's where things go south very quickly. Now they have a chance. Now they have a pretty good chance at winning this one. At least making the scoreline a bit tangible. Let's begin with that. And maybe even tying up the scoreline. Yeah, that seems to be a bit more plausible right now. But before we talk about them winning the game, they have to win these 2 upcoming rounds. And this one in particular, right? This is where forZe has got the pistol investment. It's still quite the scary round. If you win this one, then you know the other one is going to be just a cakewalk, as the opponent's just going to have to be on a full-on eco. As right now, good job is making their play, and they're going to be quite happy to know that the A side is pretty much empty. It's just they are 3 guys with a quite unique setup towards Archway. They're not going to be able to accomplish much though, as good job going to plant the bomb. Would have preferred the plant towards Pit, but I guess that will do as well. Now they're going to notice. Now they're going to see players coming around the corner. Psycho's going to get 1. Tries to recover the AK. But here comes Coffee. Not a bad job. Grinding away with that. Mac 10 of his. Okay, Kucher's going to drop. Jerry has recovered the Mac 10. But it doesn't need the Mac 10 as much as that AK. Boxster's going to get caught out. This round is a bit expensive for good job than I think they would like themselves. Jerry's going to get 1 more as well. Suddenly this round has become very expensive. Jerry's going to get all 3, but simply not enough time to defuse the bomb. And now that they have an AK-47 to work with here, forZe, I honestly wouldn't blame them if they would decide to go for a straight up force buy here. Because they know good job's money isn't going to be in a very good scenario. Of course they're going to buy up here. I mean, they did win the round previously. But if they end up losing this round, I mean, that is where things get tricky for good job. A pause being taken by the coach Spirit. I was going to be able to get in some impact, I'm pretty sure. And even so, you know, pauses like these, it's very dissatisfying to see that not a lot of teams, even at the professional level, tend to use timeouts, right? Because timeouts, you know, you can take one not because you just have to think of something you got to do in the upcoming round, but you can also just take it as a breather. A good opportunity just to breathe in, like understand what's happening here in the game, just calm down a little bit and continue on playing. That's also a good way to just use those timeouts. Like for me, one of the probably best ways I saw timeouts actually used was by QBF in the Boston Major. On the online games, I will admit they barely do end up using those, which is quite dissatisfying. But in the LAN environment, they were probably using the most amount of timeouts in the Major. But not to say that they were worthless. In fact, they were quite worth it. That's not a bad tag. Box gets gushed by the scout right there, and that's good. You know, once you've got that scout, and you know forZe got the force buy. You know, the scout, if he's able to tag up 2 guys, 3 guys, that's 3 guys quite low in HP. And then the rest of the guys with pistols, those FAMASs can just do the cleanup. And well, good job gonna try to execute on the side. It's a bit problematic because the flash didn't land that long. Jerry's gonna get 1, goes for more. And like I said, the pistols with the cleanup. FaZe Crack just going ham, and Coffee now left in a very, very difficult scenario. Probably not going to be able to win this one. It's 1 versus 3. He's quite low on HP. And there are players coming from all directions. And oh, this is even worse. Once the smoke fades, Kucha's going to have direct vision of that smoke. Oh, he's able to cross it though. That's good timing. Coffee though spots out Kucha. Remember, Kucha doesn't even have head armor, oddly enough, and armor in general. Oh, the wall bang doesn't work out. Coffee knows where Accept Power is at. This suddenly becomes a bit more doable for Coffee. Lineup comes in, gets one. Could almost kill Kucha. He is the low HP player. Smoke being thrown out. He's gonna stick it. He's gonna try to stick it though. He's got. Oh no, this is bad. This is very bad. Kucha is gonna try to. Oh no. Oh no, that's bad. That's very bad for Coffee. Good for Kucha though. Honestly, I think the way that situation works out, we saw Kucha throw the smoke. I think one of the main things that actually bait out someone like Coffee from not peeking is the fact that once Kucha throws the smoke and stick the defuse, he actually just, with the FAMAS, he turns on burst fire mode. And I think Coffee makes the assumption that, well, if he turns on burst fire mode, I think he's probably not on the bomb. But no, it works in the same way. You scope in with the op. Once you scope in with the op, you can still defuse the bomb, in fact. Oh well, that will be the round for forZe, but I guess the good thing for GoodJob is that they still got some money left. I mean, that's pretty good. You know, they got 2 AK-47s, 2 upgraded pistols, and Galil. That's not the best of buys, but at least they got something to work with here. And I do completely understand him going for the force buy here. They need the rounds. There's no other way of going here. Coffee, that's a good way to pick up. Well, start off the round. He killed the beat defender. And his teammate, his compadre, FaZe Crack, going way too aggressive. That's a double opening from Lonesome Coffee. And at this point, if you're a GoodJob, you just rush on the B side. Even if there is one more defender, you can have the rest of the squad time in. And at this point, it's pretty much the round here for forZe. I don't think... Oh, pardon me. The round for GoodJob. Because I don't think forZe can win this round. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's a 5 versus 3. You yourself, you know, don't have the most amount of money, so you gotta consider saving. Consider saving your guns, and this will be an economical reset for the guys at forZe. I don't think... Well, actually, they might, you know. Let's, again, take a look at their money. And because they're going to probably be able to save all 3 guns here, they're probably going to have FaZe Crack and Jerry on the pistol. I do presume that will be the case if they're able to save the 3 guns. If only 1 or 2, that's questionable, but... Why? Psycho. Man, that wasn't... I would say that was quite the unnecessary peek, because right now, I mean, now you have 2 guns, and will you commit to the force buy? It does seem like it, okay. Okay, it looks like they will commit to the force buy. Like I said, it's not going to be looking very solid for the guys at forZe, but... Well, it's something to work with here. 3 pistols, and of course that sniper rifle in the hands of Accept Power. If you've got the op, you know, I think Accept Power is going to try to be the playmaker. He's going to try to peek middle. He's going to find some success. Does tag down Box quite a bit. That's still not that bad. Not that bad for forZe. Yeah, but this round is quite important for both teams, really, because, you know, I've been talking about the money game for forZe, that it's not looking that good, but same goes for GoodJob. You know, they haven't been able to establish their money game just yet, so they gotta be themselves quite careful, as this round could really help establish one or the other team's presence on the second half. If you're a FaZe Crack, though, probably, yeah, consider playing somewhere a bit more passively. It does have a pretty good setup with his teammate, which is quite cool. Kucha and Psycho also got a pretty good setup towards short. And if you're a GoodJob and you still got some of that utility, you can still fight for something like mid presence. try to get rid of those two players that have positioned themselves, but even they've gonna back away. So now GoodJob, the timer is dwindling, and they're gonna have to make the call. Where on earth do they want to push? Will it be the A side? It does appear so, as I think that one smoke, I saw one of the players from Banana actually throwing the smoke on the B side, and that actually caused a full-on rotation from the guys at forZe. That is a huge misplay, as right now all GoodJob's got to do is just plant the bomb. I don't know, I don't really like the way they planted the bomb. Would have loved to see it towards pit, but well, the bomb has been planted, and forZe, I think, yeah, they're gonna go for full-on save here. And why not? You know, if you're gonna go for a save here, right now, you're still pretty much gonna have another opportunity at winning similar rounds. So you're just gonna give away the round, but you still have another opportunity to win it this upcoming round. Well, I've been saying the word round quite a bit now, haven't I? Well, is there something wrong here for forZe? It's something they gotta be very careful about. You know, the money game is still quite important, especially in the second half. Jerry, though. No, that's the thing. You don't give away the free frags right there. GoodJob. You don't have a lot of money yourself. You gotta save up every single penny you have, every single dollar, because that's the thing about the second half. Truly, if you're able to establish several rounds in a row, that is cool, but then you might be able to get some of that money flowing. But up until this point, you know, neither team has really established themselves. So you gotta be very careful. Don't try to hunt the players and give them free AKs, because that is what they want. Don't give them what they want. And well, at least one thing that's going in favor of forZe, that is that frag onto box. That frag in mind. That's not a bad start. You know, I did mention that Power, he's the guy with the op. You want to see him try to get those engagements as soon as possible, and he does so. He kills one guy towards the middle. That's box out of the equation. This Phoenix, very aggressive stuff from him. They've been able to take mid control, which is very nice from GoodJob. We haven't really seen him try to take mid presence. This is probably one of the fewer rounds they do so, but you still gotta be careful, except Power is still stationed here, and he could go for more as he kills forZe. And suddenly, the round is not looking that good here for GoodJob. Coffee and Lollipop will try to enter the B side, but they get crushed by face crack. And now I think, yeah, this hurts. And this hurts for a team like GoodJob, who previously, if you do remember, lost, what, 2 AK-47s to some of the forZe guys? Yeah, that was just the case. They lost 2 AK-47s, and now they just don't have, the rest of the guys don't have a decent amount of money to purchase up. In a world where they're actually able to save up a bit more money, I'm pretty sure they might try to go for an investment here, but right now things are looking quite grim. They are truly looking grim here for GoodJob. Their best possible scenario right now is, well, gonna be an okay, that's a good frag. Their best possible scenario right now is maybe try to win this round if possible somehow, and then fight for overtime, I'd say. But honestly, if we're going to keep looking at how the round is going very well for GoodJob. They actually kill all 3 guys on the A side, and they're going for more. Box almost kills Jerry, but suddenly this round has turned out to be very good for GoodJob. Only on the pistols they're able to enter the side and obliterate the forZe guys. Now this is a perfect opportunity for GoodJob to try and hunt. You barely had an investment, only the pistols. Now this is a perfect opportunity to hunt. You should go for it. You should definitely go for it. Maybe have Nex and Lollipop save up the guns, but the rest of the guys like forZe and Coffee definitely try to go for it. As we are seeing, Coffee, he's gonna try to get a kill here if possible. Retrieve a gun to his name. Gonna pressure the guys here. Coffee, of course, somebody that's the power has to take the fight, and well, Coffee's gonna drop Jerry. Gonna kill one, but yeah. Does look like GoodJob. Still gonna claim the round victorious, which is very nice for them. Very nicely done. With the very little investment of just those pistols, they're able to claim the round, and Who knows? Who knows how this round's gonna turn out? There's the power again. The first man in. Not gonna find anything as of yet. The flash from GoodJob is perfect. Perfect flash and a good smoke to throw out. Blocks out the vision. Okay, fast play from GoodJob. Not sure if this is gonna work out, but they do a very good job at isolating the players on the A side. Now there's only 2 guys there. The wraparound is happening. Psycho is gonna kill Phoenix. Lollipop is here. He's entering like a boss. As he gets those 2 frags, forZe is this time around. I think with the rotation is happening relatively quickly, so it will make the assumption that the retake is gonna happen. Oh, Box is still in the pit. He has to make his way out of the pit to make this round doable. SAD's finally gonna kill 1 more guy, but yeah, Lollipop just... Oh no, it's Box in fact. Box, get out of the pit. You have to plant the bomb. There's no other way of putting it. It's a good thing that the frags are going in favor of GoodJob, but really, they have to plant the bomb at one point or another. I know they're trying to take the time, but the power is still... He's still alive. He's gonna kill SADZ. Now this is opportunity to plant the bomb, and I think... If you're a GoodJob, the best crossfire to set up at this point in time is have Lollipop in the pit and have Box on the site. But Box is going for the fight. I don't like this from Box. He has to play as passively as possible at this point. He still has no idea. Maybe a player like Power would consider trying to go for the retake. It would be a madman's job, but who knows, that could be a possibility. It's a good thing that the round is still working out quite well for GoodJob. They will able to reach double digits finally. But yeah, that round wasn't the most convincing of wins for GoodJob. Well, it does... Okay. Timeout being taken. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be from forZe this time around. But yeah, the timeout being taken, it does look like forZe is trying to take this game seriously. I do respect that, because if you did guys remember, the scoreline at one point, 11-4, and now suddenly there's only a 3-round difference between the 2 teams, and there's also one big problem. forZe, they're gonna have to go for Nico. Right? They're gonna have to go for Nico this time around. Yes, they have Power on the op, but the rest of the guys are gonna have to go for Nico. So this should be quite a good round for GoodJob. But who knows, really? Flash just coming in. I want to see, again, the point of view of Power. He's going to have to be the man that does the most amount of job here for his team at this point. I do like the way they're going for the setup. You know, they're putting 4 guys on one part of the map and somebody like Power by his lonesome towards B. And I do like the way things are going, in fact. Power is trying to go for the early engagements, sees that the T's are coming a bit more closer to him, so he's going to back away, going to take a more passive angle. And at this point, what GoodJob really needs is information. They have no idea about the positioning of the CTs. And I would have loved to see if one of the guys at least has purchased up a MAC-10 to be that information player, the human decoy, if you will, who would just try to run around something like one part of the map and try to get the information and the positioning of the CTs. So far, GoodJob is just taking mid-presence. They're just showing off to the CTs that we are there. We might still be there in the middle. And they don't know that. They don't know that. The way they're playing things is forZe still keeping 4 guys on the A side. Lonesome Power on B. And now Power is going to have to make his move. Once the smokes do rain in, he's got a pretty good angle. Could land a shot. No, he doesn't. And now repeaking would be obviously a pretty bad choice. And now he's going to take a safer angle and possibly expect one T or maybe couple try to rush through smokes, but they're not gonna do it. GoodJob gonna play this one safe, as they probably should be, and the rest of the guys for forZe, yeah, just brush on in. Why not? You only got the pistols. You're not gonna lose too much. You have everything to gain. Oh, That's actually pretty good. A decent amount of damage being dealt for set power, but yeah, I mean, that's about it, isn't it? Yeah, this is also good. This is also quite good for GoodJob. They're not gonna try to hunt for any frags. They're playing this one smart. Playing this one smart. They're just gonna head here towards the banana. Not gonna go for any sort of hunt. They're still gonna have to keep their money situation in line here, and they're doing a pretty good job at it. forZe now. It's about time, isn't it? It's about time we see the Russian squad actually pick up a gun round, because so far, you know, they've only picked up what seems to be only one proper gun round. That's about it. Good job, you know, doing the most of heavy lifting. When come to think of it, I think that round that they did end up winning was just still maybe 3 or so guys on the pistols, in fact. So that's also not really a gun round victory. Probably not a single gun round victory for forZe in the second half. Well, they're putting quite a lot of emphasis towards B, and their flash is coming in. The power is going to kill Coffee, and now with that deep banana smoke in, Box just has no opportunity to go for a refrag. Oh, but look at this. Satin has actually made his way through. He's going to kill one. Could actually kill Psycho, but Psycho still survives that engagement somehow. And it does look like forZe will get a round on the board. It's been a long time coming, but it is finally here. 14 to 11 seems to be possible, but Box is still in the round. This is still not looking that bad here for the Belarusian player, but now look at the players. They're coming in. No bomb. Okay, the bomblet will happen. That's quite cool. That seems to be about it. 14 to 11. This one was very nicely done here by forZe. I'm quite surprised the player like Psycho was able to survive on the balcony for that long. Not only is he able to kill the balcony guy, right? But is also able to go for what seems to be a 90 degrees flick and actually kill SadZet from his right. $11-4 right now. It doesn't look like GoodJob is going to be facing economical reset just yet, you know. It's because they've been able to build up a decent amount of bank that they can invest. And the setup is going to be a bit different than the round previously. We're not going to be seeing forZe just trying to rush down banana just yet. Although that is definitely a possibility. We are seeing the GoodJob guys. They're going to go for a fast play. It does look like. Not sure if forZe is going to anticipate it, but a lot of flashes, a lot of utility being thrown out here. They're going to commit to the push. forZe is going to try to hold this one off, and already one player has to back away. That is the power on Diop, and he has been quite crucial for the team, and he's out of the round. He's pretty much out of the round already as the smokes do rain in. Lollipop is next, doing a pretty good job, but look at forZe. The rotation is swift. They're doing a good job, and now Jerry's going to get one more. Suddenly, this round is doable for forZe. For how long, though? That is the question. They're in a pretty good spot. Next gonna try to take the fight. He's not successful. Bomb plant will come in. Gonna try a safer position. Box, where's Box? Stationed out with the op. He's in pit though. Still got some vision. Power in a position to actually throw the Molotov. Yes, he does throw it. And of course, that forces out Box out of position. Now Phoenix and Lollipop. Difficult position. Phoenix all up to him. He's got the headshot angle though, but that's not gonna matter much. forZe will claim the round, and it was a good start. I will tell you this. That was a very good start for GoodJob to win the round with the initial frags happening. But in the end, forZe, you know, that retake, whew, that was a swift one. That was a swift retake from the guys. Not to say that this is rip for GoodJob, but it's probably rip for GoodJob. As the second half is coming to a close, and not only it, it's the game as well coming to a close. GoodJob is going to have to acquire somehow 4 rounds in a row to still be in the game, and I don't think that will be possible. Well, Russians have got an opportunity not to take anything away from them. Really, no one has been able to step up from this. Really, no one's been a star performer. Every single one of them has had somewhat of a good game, but if you're expecting someone to show up from GoodJob's side, it has to be Lollipop pretty much every single time. I would say he is the possibly best team in the squad, best player in the squad. And to see him now on 17 frags is a bit dissatisfying. But you know what's satisfying? Jerry, 34, somehow, out of the blue. He has been quite the heavy hitter, hasn't he? I think in that last round alone, he was able to pick up something like 4 kills. And well, it does look like GoodJob will press the A side. That is where Jerry is stationed at. They're not going to get rid of him just that fast, but there we go. They enter onto the side. Again, favorable trades for the terrorists. But already, they're going to play this one safe for us. They're backing away. They're backing away. They're far, far away from the action. They're going to save here. And take this one smart. Yeah, that's quite sick. 35 frags in regulation. This isn't overtime, ladies and gentlemen. This is still regulation happening. And what seems to be quite an interesting matchup. I don't think this will be the end just yet. As now the terrorists make it 12 to 15. Well, forZe now. They actually go for the force spy here. Not quite sure why. Oh, not quite sure why we switched to third person there. Sometimes it does happen in GoTV. Someone does scream me that this probably could be the end here for GoodJob. Look at this. Already the frags going in favor of forZe, and they still got 2 guys surviving, which is quite nice for Box and forZe. But really, Box is gonna have to come out huge here for the team. Jerry is holding a pretty good angle, and that is, of course, Jerry on the op. Something you have to be very careful about. Does go for the shoulder bait. Works out quite well. Jerry, though, is going to try to get the frag up close and personal. Doesn't kill forZe, though. And if there's a crucial round for forZe to win, it's probably going to have to be this one. Very important if he's going to be able to make this one work. Has to take the fights, but where? Where does he take the fights, forZe? He's got an opportunity. He'll try to peek towards Banana. The lineup is here, but that's also a double peek from forZe. 16 to 12 will be the scoreline, and as they do claim victorious, good job, I'd say. That was quite the dissatisfying game for them. The world where they get more than 4 rounds on the city side, I'm pretty sure GoodJob comes out victorious, but now they just get demolished, really. Not the best of showing from the Belarusians, but yeah, I mean, Best.net Challenger Series, the way it works is that there's quite a lot of matchups happening, and this is only our first matchup of the day. Our second one is going to be right up, so stay tuned for that, as we're going to be back after a quick break. And if you do want to try to help out the caster, definitely follow me at Twitter. That'd be at SirDanny with 4 Ys. So yeah, that's about it. See you all on the next map.